This company's never been more profitable.
You mean hugely profitable?
I like it.
DayPorter.com presents The Profitable Cleaner, a podcast on commercial cleaning sales and entrepreneurship. The one podcast that's not afraid to discuss real sales strategies with real cleaning professionals that produce real profits and real results.
Well, welcome back. Happy New Year and introducing 2023. What's up, everyone? I'm James Harper. I'm the host today on the Profitable Cleaner podcast, and I am joined by a very special guest here, one of our very own team members here at the Profitable Cleaner. She's been a member of DayPorter now, coming up on, I think, 6-7 months. One of my favorite people, Andrea Garcia. She's our content manager at DayPorter and the Profitable Cleaner. So, Andrea, welcome, and you are officially the first guest of 2023. How you doing?
Hi, everyone. Well, I'm really excited. Happy New Year. It's really an honor to be the first guest here at the podcast, since I am the one that do like the behind work. So it's really exciting to be here, James. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you listening that might not know, Andrea, she works with us and she manages all of our content. So if you follow DayPorter and the Profitable Cleaner, you follow our Instagram page, our YouTube page, our Facebook, you follow this podcast and you see clips of the podcast on all of our platforms. It's this lady right here that does all that great work. She's the one that makes the magic happen. And the reason I wanted to bring Andrea onto the show today was because we get asked a lot, man, I love your content. I love the stuff you guys are putting out there on social media. Obviously, we're a commercial cleaning brand. All of our content is pretty exclusive to the janitorial space. And when you think of commercial cleaning, you don't always think about marketing and social media. And I think Andrea has proven that when you get creative and you combine the two, they work. So she's the one that makes it all happen. So with all that being said, I'm just going to jump right into it. I want to give you guys some value listening today on how you guys can utilize content, social media, to elevate your brand, stop competing on price, really differentiate yourself as a company, and no one better to learn from than Andrea. So, Andrea, I'm going to come right out the gate, ask you a few questions, and we'll go from there. So,
Sure.
Commercial cleaning, social media, you don't really think those two go together. How can you utilize content and social media to really just elevate your janitorial brand?
Well, the first thing is, of course, is going to use like a content marketing strategy that is to create and distribute content, valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain, established and like a really target audience. So the first thing is, of course, you need to know your audience. The second thing is you need to know the service that you're offering. So once you know that, you have to do like a keyword research. And with that keyword research that you do, like with the services that you offer, for example, you start creating your content. So it can help you a lot to establish you like a leader brand for in the market, you know. For example, if you're in Denver, and the first thing, like for example, if you are doing a networking and other people know about your cleaning company, mouth to mouth, the first thing that they are going to do is to look you in social media, right? So what happens to customers that are looking into social media, it for them is like, okay, they're actualized, they put all of the services in social media, the benefits that I will receive for if I will be in contract with them, and also they build trust. That is the most important thing. Absolutely, like we always said here, the cleaning industry is a people business. So the most important thing is you have to establish like a trust base with your potential customers.
Yeah, I think that's really well said. One thing that we kind of view social media as before we think about even getting customers It's how do we develop trust and how do we get attention? And really, it's like, how do you get attention onto your business first? And you can leverage content to do that. And then once you get that attention, is your content, like Andrea talking about, developing trust, right? Back in the day, we would put so much emphasis on customer service. Customer service was everything, right? Because that was our first contact with the customer. Typically, was if they called you, you pick up the phone, you had to have good customer service. Now that's not the case. Now you have to be solidified online, because potential prospects that are checking you out, they have the ability to verify and validate you as a company before they ever talk to you. And like Andrea just said, you do that through social media. You do that by checking out the information you're putting out there in various forms of content through your website. And that's how you really develop that trust. Yeah, blogs, absolutely. All right, let's kind of back this up a little bit here, Andrea. So we're a janitorial brand. How do you come up with the ideas to like create our content? Let's just start there. Like, we put out a ton of commercial cleaning content, and I don't think a lot of people like think like, oh, commercial cleaning sexy. Like, how do you come up with the content that we put out?
Actually, that is a really great question, because when I start here, I start looking like how to develop content for cleaners, for cleaning owners, and that kind of stuff. And one thing that appears to me really interesting, it was to search in Facebook groups, Facebook group related to your industry, you know. So if you are in a Facebook group related to cleaners and business owners and from cleaning companies, or just like, and for, of course, the cleaning companies, they have to search for people that are looking for cleaning their offices or their house, that it's groups about that. And in those kind of groups, they always ask questions. They always ask questions. For example, for us is, for example, how I retain my employees, or how do I quote, or how I do cold calls, or how do I create content, or how do I search for keywords for in the cleaning industry. So I grab a paper. I put all like the questions that I saw in the Facebook groups, and I start to develop content. Of course, you have one thing that I do a lot is you have to follow people that are really good creating content.
Yeah, I think
that is where I get my creativity. That's where I get my ideas. Also, not to copy them, but just to get inspiration from them. And one thing that works a lot, and not just for in the cleaning industry, but all type of industry, is, for example, reels. And one can say like reels in the cleaning industry, like how I can use that. And it's really easy. Like, you look for the music that is in trend, you put in, and for example, you put 3 benefits and you will get from working with us, or 3 benefits you will get, for example, for us, 3 benefits you will get for our training. And with that music, and that enhance the optimization that Instagram have, for example, or that Facebook have, or just like TikTok, for example, also. So that is one thing that I do. And other thing is I always search like blogs that I think it will be interesting for my target audience. And one of the main topics that I always come up in Day Porter is content, of course, because I want cleaners and how to create their content. There is a lot of ideas. And sales, because of course we always want sales. We always want to attract customers. But you can also do that with content, and you can do that with a content marketing strategy, like establishing and putting blogs on your websites and optimizing the words that you have to put on your website with keywords, for example. And when someone get into your website, and if they see that the website is not updated, maybe they're going not to trust you, or maybe they will, but the most common thing will be like, if not even like, they're not putting the work to attract the customer that they want. So yeah that is one, like a few of the things that I do in order to create content and search for the ideas. Of course, the main thing you have to see what your prospect customers are looking for and what are their needs. Once you know
Absolutely.
what are the problems and what problems you need to solve, you start creating content from there.
Absolutely. So you just said a lot there. So let's unpack some of that. So you're talking about reels, you're talking about finding the trending music on Instagram and TikTok, and then connecting that with your content. A janitorial owner might be listening to this and be like, okay, that sounds cool. I get it. I watch these reels and I know what you're talking about. But how do I relate this back to my business and why does that matter? um, so, and then they also might be thinking, if you're listening, you're like, okay, that sounds good. How the hell do I manage all of this when I'm also managing a company? So, two questions here. First, let's talk about how you manage this, how you stay organized, and how you are very intentional about what you post. You don't just wake up today and, oh, this is what I'm going to post, and you post it, right? You have a strategy. So how do you stay organized, and how did you create that content strategy and relate it back to um, our brand?
Okay, so yeah, you say something really important here, and it's to stay organized. Because one thing about the content marketing is that it's not, you will not get see the results from the one day to another. You know, you need to be really consistent in order to start seeing the results. So I know it's not an easy thing, but you can actually, it's always that we always say here, everything is content. Like you can use everything is content before and after. For example, when you do the cleaning or meet the staff or the values that you have in your company, or it can be a lot of themes. And so the first thing that I start to do in order to organize my content is to put a topic that I'm going to base on each day of the week. So for example, Mondays for us is to insights in the cleaning industry. Tuesdays, since we have the Profitable Cleaner podcast, I always put a clip, a relevant clip that helps the business owners or cleaners. So Tuesdays are for podcasts, and Wednesdays are to engaging with the community and talk more about the insights of the company. Thursday is always for podcasts too, and Fridays I try to do things more entertaining and to interact more with the community and put something funny. I use memes, and or I use like reels that are really like more animated and stuff like that. And so once you have established like the topics for each day of the week, you have to take the time for do research. For example, for insights in the commercial cleaning industry, I go into Google, or as I said before, I go into the Facebook groups and I see what are the most common questions that they ask about regarding the industry. And I start like getting into Google and finding blogs or things that are interesting that I know it can help cleaners and taking into consideration the needs that they have and the problems that I need to solve for them.
Love
so
this.
I need to take the time to search for each of the topic. And then, well, I use a tool that is called Trello. And with that tool, I organize all my content. I go 2 weeks behind, sometimes 3, sometimes a month behind. And with Trello, I like create my own calendar. And inside Trello, I always put like the theme that I'm going to use for each day of the week. And then inside the card that is in Trello, I put the copy, I put the hashtags, and I put the images that I'm going to use. So yeah, first I do the research. First I select the topics for each day of the week. Then I do the research. Then I start creating the copy for each day. And then I create the graphics.
Yeah. So if you hear that, if you're listening to this, it's very intentional. It's not like, hey, let's just wake up and post this and hope it works out. And I like what you just said. You're not going to see the results of your content day to day, right? It's going to vary. Some content's going to perform better than others. Some's going to get engaged with. Some won't get engaged with. And this is a long-term play. I like to talk about social media and content marketing, kind of like going to the gym, right? Like we all want a better body. We all want the six pack, or we all want to lose weight. We all have these goals. and we want it immediate, but that rarely, or that actually never happens. But if we want to like look better and feel better by going to the gym, we have to do that day in and day out. We have to have a plan. We have to be intentional. We have to be consistent. Another thing that you said. And then after doing that for so long, you start to see the result. You start to pick up traction. Same thing with social media, same thing with your content. It does so much for you. It helps you rank organically on Google. It helps you get more attention, something that we mentioned, to your brand. It does all of these things, and you can use the same content for multiple platforms, for multiple things. Like, so we're recording this podcast. It'll be 30, 40 minutes long. I'm just curious, Andrea, how many pieces of content do you get from, like, what will you get from this exact podcast if you were to guess?
Well, actually, I can have many clips. Usually for each podcast, I do like 3 clips. But for this, I think we can do many things, and it will be help a lot the clearance out there.
Yeah, so we record this podcast, we put it on YouTube, and then we make it a blog on our website. Then we take clips of this podcast and use it on Instagram and use it on Facebook and social media. And then we feature this into our email list, to our newsletter, right? So we're using one piece of content multiple ways. And that's thanks to someone like Andrea, who has a theme. She's got a topic. She knows the research because she knows what our listeners and audience wants. And then she has a schedule. So you might be thinking, okay, I'm a janitorial owner. That makes sense for you guys, a day porter. How does this make sense for me? One, I would join every facility director group there is to be joined on Facebook, and literally look at the questions facility directors and property managers are talking about, even if they're not in your market, it doesn't matter. And just type in, like, in the chat on the Facebook group of that property management forum, and type in cleaning or cleaning problems, and you're going to see all these posts come up, and it's going to be like, oh man, I hate this about my cleaner. Well, then make content around that, and that will be relevant to the property managers in your area. So my next question for you, Andrea, is how do you measure success with, like, content? Like, how do you know what's working? What do you deem as successful when it comes to our marketing strategy?
Well, lucky for us, like all the social media platforms has their own insights. Facebook and Instagram are both related, and you can go to business. What is the name of this?
Business manager.
Business manager, and you can see how your posts are progressing. One of the things that I look more, not the likes, but most of that is the impressions that it has. Also the engagement that it has. If, for example, someone reposted or someone and save it. For me, it's when people save your post, and most like in our area that we are trying to be a resource for cleaners. For me, that is like the most important thing, that I know that I'm helping others. So I focus a lot on the engagement, on the interaction that it has, and on when people save it. But for each platform is different. For example, for Instagram, you can see the metrics and in the insights of your page. On Facebook, you can see other metrics, and on LinkedIn, you can see others. So on LinkedIn, for example, when most people is liking and commenting on your post, there will have more reach, and it will get to more people. I think LinkedIn is where most we grow, because I think we make a really great work, a teamwork there, because in the same team, like, we are reacting, we are reposting, and for example, Daisy, that is our SDR, have a lot of property managers, and they love to see that type of content also. And yeah, that is the things that I look for, and the insights in the metrics from each page, interactions, engagement, clicks, and save.
Absolutely. I think so. Again, there's probably a commercial cleaning owner listening to this, and they're like, okay, so Andrea sold me that I need to do social media. okay, I need to know my target audience. It's small business owners, let's say. Uh, where should I start? Like, what the cleaning owner listening to this podcast today, wanting to increase their marketing in 2023. And by the way, when we're talking marketing, this is all organic. What Andrea
Yeah.
does, we don't do paid ads or anything. This is all organic stuff. So it's technically free marketing outside of our time. Where should a cleaning owner start today if they wanted to start in elevating their brand online?
For me, the first thing that you have to start is to know your audience, to know what they are looking for. That is the first thing. You need to know what they're looking for. And then, because for example, I know that Alex Mulgar, I think that was the person that said this, that the people that is looking for commercial cleaning and the others that are looking for residential cleaning, you have to go to them differently. So you really need to start intentional. So first, knowing how is your buyer persona, and then you can just start like go, as I said before, going into Facebook group, seeing what they are, what are their problems, what are their needs, and then just create socials for your cleaning business. Just create it.
Totally.
Start there. Create it and start posting. You can post after and before pictures of your work. You can post testimonials of your actual clients. You can post a video of you talking about the benefits that you will get with your company. You can start, like, if you have a website, just reuse the things that are on your website and put it into socials, you know?
You actually said something. Oh, go for it. Sorry about that.
That one thing that we do a lot in here, and we say a lot in here, is to reuse content. And what I meant with reuse content is, for example, things that are on the websites can be in the graphic. Things that are in the graphic can be in a reel. Things that are in a reel can be in a video also. So you just start using it and reusing it. And then when you see that you can get content from a lot of parts, you can start creating your own content and start searching for it. And start like searching for blogs or searching for things that your target audience are always looking for. And you go from there. But you have to be consistent with that. You have to start like create your socials.
Totally. And if you're in this industry and you want to know some good cleaning companies that do it right, follow Durashine out there in the Tri-Cities, out in Washington. Like Durashine, Carlos Martinez, that guy crushes social media. He'll take a video of him walking up to like the local tamale shop, just giving a shout out to the local small business because he's a small business, right? And that builds engagement. And then guess what? If they ever need a cleaning company for whatever reason, who do you think they're going to call? They're going to call Carlos. So like, it's actually just like smart business, right? So he gives like a small business shout out. You said something, I don't think you like really meant to even like say it, but highlighting your team. It like the cleaning industry is a people first business. Highlight the people within your business, not just you as a company, but you as a team. Your people have unique stories and they're in your clients' buildings. We have, again, going back to trust, we have to trust those people. How do we develop trust with your frontline workers, with the people actually doing the work? You can get a ton of content just from what they do, from their life story. And then like Andrea is saying, utilize one piece of content 5 different times. You just have to like position it differently. All right, we're going to get a little bit technical here. So if you're a cleaning owner and you're like, okay, this sounds good, I understand it at a high level. There's been some things that have been said I don't really understand, like keyword research. What the hell is keyword research? I'm going to give my version of keyword research after Andrea gives hers. So talk to me, Andrea, like, I don't know what keyword research is. What is it and what does that mean? And why is it important?
Okay, so keyword research are like the words that are most relevant in your industry. For example, that are the words that then I don't know if the word is this the word that I'm looking for.
You can say it in Spanish. It doesn't matter. Half our audience speaks Spanish.
Las palabras, or like for example, for your service and cleaning carpets. You search for cleaning carpets and okay. I'm going to start again. The words that are most like search and most like trending in the industry. You can use, for example, Google Trends. And if you go to Google Trends, you can just type cleaning industry, and you will see the phrases of the words that are most that are in trend right now, or that people are most looking for it. So if you use that keywords and that word that a lot of people are looking for, and you grab them and you use it in your content and you use it in your website, your SEO, like when people search for example, cleaning industry near me, you are going to appear first. Like, no first, because I know, well, a lot of people work a lot in SEO. A lot of people work a lot with the keywords, and a lot of people use it a lot in the website. But you will start like being on the first stop of the search that they are that they are looking for.
Yep.
So
exactly.
keywords are the words that are most relevant and the most in trending here right now.
Sure. I think that's well put. I think I like to break it down as like, we have data on what people are looking for, and
Yeah.
we can see if that data is relevant for our business. So I can type in like carpet cleaning Denver, let's say, and I can see that that gets searched 50 times a month. And well, okay, if I'm a cleaning company that is big on carpet cleaning, I should probably look to see how I can start making some carpet cleaning content, and then make it more specific to Denver, our market. Like, so we get snow here in Colorado. Carpet cleaning is way more relevant during the winter months versus the summer months. So maybe that, if I'm planning out my themes and my topics, maybe that's when I would kind of promote or start creating content around carpet cleaning and the importance of keeping your carpet safe during snowy months, for instance. So there's a lot of great tools out there. There's a free tool. You can literally just type Google keyword research, and they have a free tool. We use Keyword Finder. Just go to keywordfinder.com. Like, I mean, there's so many tools out there that will allow you to see what people are searching that in your area that's relevant to your business, and that will give you an idea for topics. Now, that's good for SEO. SEO, search engine optimization. That's how you organically start coming up in the search engines. But to take it one step further, your audience, who's your audience? It's probably small business owners, facility directors, property managers. Take Andrea's advice, join these Facebook groups, these facility director Facebook groups, and start looking at and searching through those groups on any topic around cleaning. Because you can use that content you're going to create around those questions from those groups, and you can even use that for your sales outreach. If you create a video talking about the 3 challenges facility directors have, you can put that in a cold email to a facility director, and they might watch it and might be like, "Huh, that's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and give this person a call back," right? So your marketing needs to be attached to your sales. It's not just attention and trust we're trying to develop. We're also trying to develop leads and sales from it, but we have to have the attention and the trust established first. All right, Andrea, we have a few more minutes here. I'm going to hit you with one last professional question and then one last fun question here. Professional question. What are a few tips or advice that you can give to someone listening right now in the cleaning space that wants to get started today with elevating their marketing?
Okay, the first thing, as I mentioned before, is to do your research for your keywords, because that is going to help you a lot. And if you don't know how to start there, and as in fact, today I created a post about it, and they put profitable cleaner. So go there, and I create 7 steps and how you can start doing your keyword research. So that is the first thing. And yeah, go from there. Get into Facebook groups. Good look. What are the needs of your target audience? Okay, define what is your target audience. Don't go like for many
look at your customer list. That's your target audience.
Look at your customer. That's your target audience. Exactly. And see what are they looking for? What are their needs? What are they lacking with other companies? And start creating your content from there. Focus on the benefits, not on the feature that you're offering, not just in your services, but in the benefit that your services offer.
Yep. Start with your audience in mind first and answer questions for them. You'll become way more valuable that way. Serve, don't sell, and make that very obvious in your messaging and your content. All right. We end every show with a fun question. I got 2 boxes here, a white box and a black box, random questions in them. I don't know what question can come out, but whatever comes out, if you choose to play, you have to answer. So what box would you like to choose a question from?
White.
White. Wow. Did you know like 90% of people pick black?
I know.
That's why you did it, huh? Because you post this podcast, you listen. She's like, okay, I'm gonna be.
I hear every podcast.
So that's so funny. All right.
And I love it.
Oh wow, this is one of the most unique questions we've had on the show, and it's for Miss Andrea Garcia, living there in Spain, although she's from Nicaragua. All right, break your biz. That's what it's called. Discuss how you can put yourself out of business.
How you can put yourself
Like if you were gonna kill your business today, kill Day Porter, how can you put yourself out of business? It's a unique question.
Oh my.
What's one thing you should not do that could hurt your business?
Not being smart with the way you spend your money and your business.
There you go.
And just like throwing it up and do not think about it first. You know,
I
like
thought you were going to be like not posting on, not having a content strategy.
Also, if you're not in socials and if you're not optimizing your content, you're anywhere. You're nowhere. Sorry.
And for those of you guys listening that don't know, every now and then we put Andrea in our team meetings on the spot, and we'd say, "Hey, give us a pep talk, give us like a hype up speech." And she's the best one at doing it. I swear to you. So she thinks it's funny and she laughs and she gets embarrassed about it. But so much so, she told me this quote during one of her hype up speeches to our team that stuck with me, that might stick with you, that success is not final and failure is not fatal. So Miss Andrea Garcia changed my life forever, because I will always remember that, and I will always know the moment I heard it, and it was from her. So, yeah, Andrea, thank you so much for jumping on the Profitable Cleaner podcast. I'm so glad. Where can people find you if they want to connect with you?
They can find me on LinkedIn as Andrea Garcia. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And anything that's going on with Day Porter and the Profitable Cleaner, Andrea is a part of. She's easy to find through our company, guys. She's the content queen of this industry. I really do believe that. So, Miss Garcia, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for having me here.
Adios.
Bye.